Hi everyone, I'm Karen from Makeup and Beauty Blog, and truth be told, I don't do snow. I grew up in Northern California and in the Bay Area where it does not snow. I think it may have snowed a teeny tiny bit once, like in 1992, and it was just like teeny tiny flakes. But yeah, whenever there's like snow up in the mix, I don't do it. I'm a warm weather kind of gal. However, I will do snow when Guerlain is involved. Yeah, I've got a couple of highlights from their holiday 2015 collection, and they're really pretty, I have to say. It's called the Winter Fairy Tale collection, and it's inspired by like quiet snowy evenings where the snow is falling from a steel gray sky onto the ground, and it sounds really pretty actually now that I think about it. There's 8 pieces, and they'll be available, I'm looking down at my notes, October 15th at select Guerlain counters at Saks Fifth Avenue, Bergdorf Goodman, Neiman Marcus, Nordstrom, Sephora, Bloomingdales, and Dillard's. So there's 2 compact for face powders, 2 glosses, a lipstick, and a nail polish. I've got 2 of the I wanted to highlight 2 of the products here. They're the star products of the collection. One of them is the highlighter, and one of them is the eye and cheek blush palette. So let's just put this out there on the table. Guerlain equals expensive. This is one of the more pricier prestige brands that are out on counters right now. So when you consider this, whoops, sorry, I'm like futzing with my phone. When you consider this makeup, you have to have at the front of your mind that it is very, very pricey. You know, it's not exactly discount. So I do have to say that although it's expensive, Guerlain has that sort of Chanel effect on me where whenever I wear the makeup, I just feel really, I don't know, really good about myself. I feel like I'm putting my best self forward. It's like I'm wearing makeup, but I'm not wearing like a ton of heavy makeup or makeup that makes me feel uncomfortable in any way. It's just very elegant. It's very classy, and that's very much the style that I like to wear. And you know, because sometimes like I'm not shy when it comes to putting on makeup. Sometimes I'll put it up like different things on, and then I'll be like fine in the house, and then I'll go into the car, like I have to run an errand, and like look in the rearview mirror and be suddenly like, whoa, that's a lot of makeup you've got on there, Karen. But never ever feel that way with Guerlain, and that's the main reason why I love it. They just do their textures and their finishes, they're just all very beautiful. Anyways, so let's get into these 2 star items. The first one is the highlighter, and it comes in this round packaging, which is very different. Usually they do like these tins. I have the ones from last year, and you know, they usually have like this tin sort of round. Oh, then there's some cat hair packaging, but this one looks almost like a snow globe. And this one's called Météorite Perle de Neige, and that's $80. And thank you to Anne from Facebook and Lul from Beau Miroir for breaking the pronunciation of that name down, because without them I would have been a hot mess trying to say that out loud. So anyways, like I was saying, it's like a snow globe, and you twist off the top, and then there's a mirror on the inside here, and when you open it up, there's a powder puff with a cute little bow. I don't really use it, but you can if you want to put it on, apply this stuff on your neck or like your décolleté. And so this lifts off here, and what it is just a jar full of highlighting beads, and they're all different colors, and some of them are different shapes, and that's the thing with this collection. This is the first time they're doing one with these little, like, let me pull one out, star shapes. They're supposed to be snowflakes, I think. So because this Guerlain, it has a very strong scent, and you know, I kind of love it. It reminds me of the lavender candies that my grandma used to buy me at the Asian store when I was a kid. So the way that this works is you take a brush. This is a pointy, just face brush. What's this one called? This is a contour brush. It's from Real Techniques. I love it. And you take your brush and you swirl it around in the pan, like so. And then you tap whatever excess is off, and then you just apply it to the places where you usually highlight. And so since I have this out right now, we're just gonna highlight a little bit. I'm gonna do the tops of my cheekbones, and then just a teeny bit down the bridge of my nose. And it's a very soft, sort of subtle highlight. I mean, in pictures and like, especially pics with a flash, it can get washed out because it's subtle. But I think when you see it in the camera, and I move my face around a bit, you can see that there's some reflection happening, and that's what I love about it. It's a very subtle sort of white gold sheen with tiny bits of micro glitter, and I have it swatched on the back of my hand here. I hope you can see it. It's similar to the Hourglass Ambience, I would say. It's that very soft sort of highlight that is not as pronounced as something like, I don't know, like the Balm Mary Luminizer or Becca's Shimmering Skin Perfector. It's subtle, so you have to love that soft, subtle highlight, and I happen to. So yeah, these, whenever I come across these, they end up falling into my everyday rotation. I think this one is going to fall into it too. It's very hard not to fall in love with this. So the next item that we have is the Eye and Blush Palette, and that's $90. And it comes in this little sort of, I don't know what we call it, a like makeup sleeping bag. And you open it up here, and then there's like a brush here for the face, which I don't really use, to be honest, but I just keep it around. And this like eye sponge thing, which I just keep around to swatch. And then here's the packaging with the Guerlain logo on the bottom. And when you open it up, there's a mirror on the inside, and I'm going to cover that up quickly with this little pouch so that I don't get you with the lights. And the top layer, we've got 5 eyeshadows, all in different shades of brown, and there's some gold, and there's this beautiful matte peachy beige, which, you know, doesn't look like it would be that much on the skin, but when it's buffed on the lids, it looks really, really beautiful. And I have, well, I'll show you the swatches in a second. Let me open this up. There's also a second layer with 4 blushes. So there's 2 matte and 2 iridescent. And then these are the swatches here. So these are the eyeshadows and these are the blushes. So I am wearing both of these items, I mean the eyeshadows and the blushes, on my eyes and cheeks right now. And I really like these. The thing that I love most is how the shimmer in the eyeshadows are handled. They're more like a pearl rather than a frost. So if you have fine line action happening on those lids, it's very forgiving, which yay is always a good thing. I love how these blend. I didn't have any problems even with like the darker browns erasing the edges. It buffed up very nicely, and I thought that the shades were very pigmented. The blushes are less pigmented than the eyeshadows, more of a medium pigment. Didn't mind so much because when you have a medium pigment blush, I feel like I have so much control over how much I have on my cheeks, and you don't have to spend like forever and a day buffing away. I do have to point out that these pans are kind of small, on the smaller side in terms of like blush pans. So if you use like a regular blush brush, this is like the one from MAC. It's big. You'll end up picking up a little extra on the side. So you can either swap it out for like a travel size blush brush, that'll be fine, or just kind of like go with it. I ended up mixing these two and just applying it on my cheeks, and I like how it turned out. So yeah, I'll have more pictures and swatches and all that good stuff on the blog, so head on over there to check it out. And I hope that you enjoyed checking out these highlights from Guerlain Holiday 2015. This is one of my favorites so far. It's very traditional and just so elegant, and I love wearing this kind of makeup around the holidays. Okay, thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye! Gather the moss, release the moss. Gather the moss, release the moss. Gather the moss, release the moss.